All right, ready for a deep dive into the heavyweight division.
Always ready for a good boxing story.
This one's a wild ride, let me tell you.
Yeah.
We're unpacking the career of Joe Joyce.
Joyce, huh? Now there's a fighter who breaks the mold.
Breaks it, shatters it, throws it right out of the ring. What's captivating about this guy is how he just doesn't fit that typical boxer narrative.
No, not at all. You think about those classic boxing movies, the fighter scrapping his way up from nothing, dreaming of championship belts since he was a kid.
Right, practically born with boxing gloves on their hands.
But Joyce, he starts at 22, already a graduate with a fine arts degree.
22. I mean, most guys at that age are worried about making rent, not dodging left hooks. This is a guy who could be designing art installations, not navigating a boxing ring. It's unheard of.
And he said it himself, He enjoys the doing of boxing, the challenge, the discipline, but it wasn't some lifelong obsession.
Really? So what was the spark? What lit the fuse on this whole boxing journey?
That's what's so fascinating about him. It seems like it was the sheer challenge of it, the self-discovery you find within those ropes, not some childhood dream of being champ.
And yet, look at his amateur record. You handed me a stack of medals that would make Olympians jealous.
Commonwealth Games gold, European Games gold, Olympics silver, and let's not forget his bronze at the World Championships.
He was cleaning up.
And it wasn't just about racking up wins, he was dominating. These were statements, proving he could hang with the best in the world.
So we're not talking about some fluke, some flash in the pan. This guy was clearly operating on another level, even back then.
Absolutely. This was a sign of things to come, a glimpse of the Juggernaut in the making.
So we've got this decorated amateur racking up medals like they're going out of style. But here's the real head-scratcher. He doesn't go pro until he's 31.
Yeah, 31. You think about it, in boxing years, especially in the heavyweight division, that's practically ancient history.
Right. It's a young man's game. You got to figure people were writing him off thinking he missed his shot.
Oh, absolutely. They probably thought, nice medals, kid, but you're too old to make a real run at it now. But that's what makes it even more incredible when he just dives headfirst into the professional scene.
And not just dips his toes in, he jumps in with this, ferocious throwback style. So tell me about the Juggernaut in action. How does this guy fight?
They don't call him the Juggernaut for nothing. This is a fighter with a 93% knockout-to-win ratio. We're not just talking wins, we're talking demolitions.
He breaks him down.
Breaks him down. Wears him down.
Yeah.
And it all starts with that jab.
I was reading about that jab. It's legendary.
It's not just about power, though, right?
No.
It's precise. It's all about timing, wearing the opponent down, controlling the fight. It sets up everything else.
And then, bam, lights out.
Exactly. And you can tell, even the way other fighters talk about Joyce, there's this mix of respect and fear. Like they're in awe of this force of nature.
But even forces of nature, right, they can be weathered. I mean, I'm looking at his record here, and there are some recent losses.
Yeah, that Zhang fight. Tough loss, no doubt. Lost the interim WBO title. It was a reminder that even the toughest guys, they're not invincible.
So what happened? What went wrong for Joyce in that fight?
Zhang, he fought a smart fight, used his reach, moved a lot, kept Joyce on the outside. It was a case of sometimes power isn't everything.
But he didn't let it get him down for long, did he? I mean, right after that loss, he's calling for a rematch.
Oh, absolutely. Demanded it. And that says a lot about Joyce,
Yeah, that fighting spirit.
He doesn't back down from a challenge. He wants to prove he can learn, he can adapt, even this late in the game.
And you can't forget that Chisora fight. Talk about a slugfest. Gets knocked down. Everyone's thinking this is it, and then boom, right back up like nothing happened.
The man is tough, I'll tell you that. Mentally and physically. You can't teach that kind of resilience. He just has it.
So we've got this unique fighter defying expectations, showing everyone that sometimes the most interesting stories, they unfold in the later rounds. But the clock's ticking, right? Father Time's undefeated. What's next for Joe Joyce?
That's the big question, isn't it? I mean, he's pushing 40, and the heavyweight division, it's all about youth.
So is there enough time left for him to grab a title shot, to really silence the doubters who say his time has passed?
It's a long shot, for sure, but you can't count him out. He's still a top contender, a danger to anyone in the ring. And with that style, that power...
Who knows? Maybe the best is yet to come.
Maybe. That's the beauty of it. Joyce, he's a reminder that in boxing, just like in life, sometimes the most satisfying victories are the ones that break the mold.
The ones that nobody sees coming. Makes you think, how many other Joe Joyces are out there? Hidden talents, overlooked because they don't fit the usual timeline.
And that's what we love to uncover in these deep dives, these incredible stories, these individuals who challenge what we think we know and show us that it's never too late to chase your dreams.
Or, in Joe Joyce's case, chase him down and knock him out. What a fighter. Thanks for taking this deep dive with us. Joyce is definitely a name to remember.
Absolutely. He's proof that it's not about how you start, it's how you finish. And he's not done yet.